Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Rishabh and you're watching Mobisium. So in India, there are two types of people. One, the people who buy their devices online, and two, the people who buy their devices offline. Now, people who buy their devices online are generally self-proclaimed smart people. They think that people who buy the devices offline are idiots. Now, even I used to think the same. So what we used to feel is that people who buy their devices from brands like Oppo and Vivo from local shops, they basically are wasting their money, as we shouldn't be buying devices from Oppo and Vivo since they're a little outdated and stuff. But you know what? That's how I used to feel initially. But a couple of years into this business, testing smartphones and stuff, what I've learned is that there is a reason, there is a very big reason why people buy Oppo and Vivo phones in India. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. But before that, make sure you subscribe to our channel and also hit the notification bell icon so that you never miss an update from us. So let's get started. For people who have no idea what this matter is, here is a very brief introduction. Beginning with 2014, all these brands like Xiaomi, Motorola, Lenovo, OnePlus, basically all these brands that sold their devices online started getting success in the Indian market. So it's not that these devices don't sell their phones offline, they do sell it offline, but there are only a handful of offline retailers. So I actually like to call them online brands. So these brands actually give you a very good phone. They have some really strong hardware. They give you the most recent chipsets from Snapdragon, of course. And they do all of this at a very reasonable price. Also, all these brands do not spend too much money on advertisements. On the other hand, we have brands like Oppo and Vivo. Now, these phones do not have the most cutting edge technology in them. They actually have their hardware which is outdated by at least 6 months to 1 year. And that is the reason that not many people like to buy these phones. Also, these companies do a lot of marketing and advertisements. So they spend a lot of money on marketing and advertisements. And probably as soon as you leave your house, you're going to see an Oppo or Vivo hoarding somewhere on the road. Now, from what it sounds like, you must have already generated a very bad disliking for Oppo and Vivo. But these phones are actually selling a lot in the offline market for a few simple reasons. The first reason would be availability. The phones that are sold in the online stores are actually sold via partner websites like Flipkart or Amazon, and they're usually sold in flash sales. Also, if you order a phone today, you'll only get it after a couple of days. But the thing about Oppo or Vivo phones is that they are available in offline markets. They're available in almost every shop. So you could just walk into a shop and buy a phone then and there itself. Also, a majority of the Indian population does not understand the concept of having to wait for a phone. So they are of the idea that if they want to buy a phone, they could just go to the shop and buy a phone. So that's why they prefer these offline brands. Also, another reason is that you can't always get lucky with flash sales. I myself tried getting the Redmi Note 5 Pro for at least 5 flash sales, but I couldn't get it, so I eventually bought some other phone offline. Another thing is expectations. A big part of choosing a device is figuring out what you want your device to do. Now, selfies have been in the trend lately, and Oppo and Vivo, what they do is whenever they launch a device, they make sure that the devices have a really good selfie camera. Now, the device might have average specs, but they make sure that the device captures really good selfies because that's what the people want. People want to capture selfies, right? So they make sure that the devices can capture good selfies. Now, honestly, a lot of people, a lot of general users, they don't care how many processors the mobile has or what chipset it's using or blah blah blah. What they actually care is whether or not it can capture a good selfie. And if it can capture a good selfie, they're going to buy that device. Next is after sales services. Now, this is something that could be debated on, but my side of the story has had some really good experiences with Vivo, as most of the devices that I've had to repair with Vivo, I've had a really good experience over there. But the same thing cannot be said about this online selling contemporaries of these devices, because those in some places the service is really good for Xiaomi and Lenovo and Motorola. That's not always the case, and most of the people I know have had some really bad experiences with their service centers. So again, this is one of the reasons why people prefer Oppo and Vivo, because the service is really good. Now, I've seen many Indian tech reviewers criticize Oppo and Vivo for their phones. I personally do not use their phones as well. I have a Xiaomi Redmi 4X for myself, but my mom uses a Vivo phone, right? But some days what happens is that I'm unable to tell which one's a better choice. Like if she should really use a Xiaomi device, because she only uses her phone for WhatsApp and YouTube. And to me as a user, maybe using a Xiaomi device is important because I want MIUI or I want a really good processor or a really good RAM. But my mom doesn't use all of that, right? She only uses WhatsApp and plays some videos on YouTube. So I clearly do not understand why she should specifically choose a Motorola or a Xiaomi or a OnePlus device. I mean, she could just use a Vivo device, why not? Now I know that the Vivo phone will not have as good features as a Xiaomi phone, but I can assure you that it will definitely capture better photos than my Xiaomi device, because actually it does, and it's in the same price segment. Also, I just want to say one thing. that all of us have a general perception of how our smartphones should be, because that's what we've been told. And this is one of the reasons that if there is a device which does not follow those norms, we start criticizing it, which is not good. Now, these were some of the reasons why I feel people buy Oppo and Vivo phones in India. If you have any thoughts or comments on this, make sure you comment it in the comment section below. And also, if you're not subscribed to our channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell icon so that you never miss an update from us. Also, again, anything if you want to ask, just put it in the comment section and I'll be there for you.